Okay, so okay, Ms. Molina, I've created a breakout room #1, so you can talk to the Attorney General in this case and see where we are in this case.
Okay.
I
Where
don't
did
have
the,
Mr. Jose Hernandez signed in yet.
I know. I
Maybe,
doubt he's gonna show up.
I'm sorry?
I said I doubt he would show up.
Okay, well, I have to give him the benefit of the doubt and see if he shows up within the
Okay.
time, okay?
Mhm.
Okay. I
And so
created breakout room #1.
what does that mean? What do I do?
You should see on your on your device.
Uh-huh.
I haven't opened it up yet, but once I
Okay.
open it, then you can see something that tells you to join that room. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then on the other case that I have, Mr. Soto and Ms. Aguilar, I don't. You can stay here. Don't join any rooms yet. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because you might see something that says tells you to join the room.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Molinar joined. Mr. Knopf. Okay. Hopefully they both join. All right, let's go ahead and get started on this case with Mr. Soto and Ms. Aguilar. Okay. Let me start the record here. All right, the court is calling cause number 2020 DCM 2554. This is a hearing on a petition to institute affecting parent-child relationship with an acknowledgement of paternity. Let me see, Soto. There appears to be one minor child before the court. Parties in this case are Edgar Soto and Yadira Aguilar. My name is Antonio Rodriguez. I'm the Associate Judge for the Title 40 Court here in El Paso, Texas. And we're proceeding today on the basis of a Zoom application since we cannot appear in court because of the pandemic. So we're proceeding on this Zoom application as if you are in court, okay? I'll ask parties not to talk over each other. Wait until the question is asked before you start answering, and do not talk over each other because the audio sometimes gives out and I can't conduct a real hearing. This matter is being live streamed through the YouTube channel. The only reason for that is that we can comply with the rules of the Texas Supreme Court that says that all records and all hearings must be held publicly. However, as soon as that hearing is completed, that channel will be taken off the YouTube channel. I am recording the evidence in this case on the computer, and that'll be the basic ground rules in this case. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to ask the Attorney General to make an announcement on this case. Ms. Kaplan?
Lindsay Kaplan for the state, Your Honor, ready?
Okay. And Mr. Soto, are you ready to proceed today, sir?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Aguilar, are you ready to proceed today, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll ask both of you, please raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very well, thank you. All right, both parties answered in the affirmative. All right, Ms. Kaplan, go ahead.
Your Honor, the state offers the acknowledgement of paternity for in-camera inspection only at this time.
Okay. All right, the court notice of the acknowledgement of paternity that was signed by both parties, Mr. Soto and Ms. Aguilar. That acknowledgement will be, does appear to be in proper form. We'll take judicial notice of the acknowledgement of paternity. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Ms. Aguilar as a witness.
Okay. Go ahead.
Ma'am, what is your name?
Yadira Aguilar.
Who is your daughter?
Yaritza Soto.
Who does she live with?
She lives with me.
Do you live in El Paso, Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
How long has Yaritza lived with you?
Since she was born.
How old is she?
She is 3 years old.
Who is her father?
Edgar Soto.
Who makes the major decisions for Yaritza?
I do.
Has Mr. Soto ever participated in major decision making?
No, ma'am.
Would you like him to participate in major decision making going forward?
No, ma'am.
Why?
Because there was violence involved in our relationship. I'm sorry, but I never filed a police report, so I don't have proof of that. I do feel that I want my daughter to be safe.
Has he ever been violent towards your daughter?
No,
When did you separate from Mr. Soto?
November of 2017.
When was Yaritza born?
April 11 of 2017.
Has he provided support for Yaritza since the separation, November of 2017?
Once,
How much support did he provide?
$150.
Would you like to be able to live anywhere with Yaritza?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any work or educational opportunities outside of El Paso?
Not at the moment, ma'am.
Do you know if Mr. Soto is working, ma'am?
I believe so.
Do you know how much he earns at his job?
I do not.
Do you know where he works?
I do not.
Do you know if he has any other children?
Not that I'm aware of.
Do you know if he has health insurance for your daughter?
No, he doesn't.
Do you have health insurance for your daughter?
She has CHIP, but I did receive a letter that they're going to take it away because my income is above the average income they allow.
Have you looked into how much it would cost to get insurance for Yaritza through your employer?
Not yet. I need to look into that. I barely received the letter in the mail. I just opened it up yesterday.
Okay. And due to the violence in the relationship that you mentioned previously, do you feel that it's in your best interest and Yaritza's best interest for your address and other personal information to be kept confidential?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions for this witness at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Aguilar, has Mr. Soto ever visited with a child?
Yes, he has.
Okay. When was the last time he visited with her?
October of 2019.
So he hasn't visited with her since over almost a year?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me how did that visit go? Did y'all plan it, or he just showed up, or how did that happen?
We planned it.
Okay, and how long a time did he visit with with your daughter, Yaritza?
It was for about an hour, sir,
Okay,
at a McDonald's in Horizon City.
okay. If Mr. Soto wanted to visit with a child, Would you like any conditions or any restrictions on that visitation?
I would like supervised visitations, and if that is not possible, I would like visitations to be in a public place.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Any other questions for Ms. Aguilar?
Yes. Ms. Aguilar,
Yes, ma'am.
is there anyone other than yourself that could supervise visitation?
Yes,
Who?
my mother.
Okay, and is the McDonald's in Horizon a convenient location for your mother to go to in order to supervise visits?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions. Pass the witness.
Okay. All right, any other evidence or testimony?
The state calls Mr. Soto, Your Honor.
All right, okay, go ahead. He's been sworn in.
Mr. Soto, what is your name?
I can hear you. What is it?
What is your name, sir?
Edgar Soto?
Who are you the father of?
Yaritza Soto?
Who does she live with?
She live with the mom, with Yadira Aguilar.
When did you separate from Miss Aguilar?
I separate, I don't know, I'm not remember the day. I just, but I separate, like 2 years, but I don't remember the date. I'm sorry.
Okay. Have you provided support since the separation?
I call a lot of times to see my daughter, and they say that they don't want nothing for me. They don't want my daughter with me because we have family violence, but it's not true.
Do you have safety concerns regarding anyone, sir?
No.
Do you feel that it would be in your best interest and your child's best interest for your address and other information to be confidential?
Yes.
Are you working now, sir?
Yes, I'm working right now. I'm in my work right now. I'm here on
Where do you
on the
work?
break on my break in the break room right now.
Where do you work?
The name of the company is
Oh,
American League.
sorry. Don't answer that. How much do you earn at your job?
Excuse me?
How much do you earn?
How much I earn a month?
Yes.
Um, like 1,000.
$1,000 a month
Yes,
before taxes?
before taxes.
Do you have any other children?
No, I don't have another children.
Do you have any other jobs?
No, I'm just one job. That's it.
Do you have health insurance for Yaritza?
No,
Do you know how much it would cost to add Yaritza to insurance through your employer?
no, I don't. I don't know. I don't. I will start this job, and I don't know. I need to talk to my boss on how to put that Yaritza in insurance.
How long have you worked at this job?
Like 3 months. It's my 3 months.
What did you do before that?
We're working myself on the road service because I'm diesel mechanic. So I work on mobile service, mobile calls, and I do jobs for my site.
Are you a certified diesel mechanic?
Yes,
Are you working as a diesel mechanic now?
yes,
And you only earn $1,000 a month as a diesel mechanic?
yes. It's because I'm start I'm starting right now in this company, so he needs to see how much experience that I have, so they can raise me more money.
Are you working full time, sir?
Yes, full time to 8 to 5.
How often would you like to visit Yaritza?
Excuse me, I can the video llamada it's like freeze.
When would you like to visit Yaritza?
Um, on the weekends.
The visitation at McDonald's, how did that go?
Mm, yeah, that's fine on McDonald's. That's fine.
Did that visit go well for you?
Yes, that's fine.
No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Soto, how much do you get paid per hour?
Per hour,
Yes, sir.
18. $18, sir.
$18 an hour?
Yes,
Okay. And you said you work from 8 to 5?
8 to 5.
Okay. But you've only been working there 3 months.
Yes, three months. I draw. Yeah, 3 months.
Okay. All right. I didn't, do you have any other children?
No, sir. Just I have
Okay.
Jaritza Soto and that's it.
Okay. So you're okay with the visitation on weekends at this McDonald's on Horizon?
Yes.
Okay. You work on Saturdays sometimes?
Yes, I work Saturdays. I work to 8 to 3
Okay. Every Saturday?
every Saturday, every week.
Okay. So if it's not Saturday, when can you visit with her?
Um, I can do it on the afternoon, like 6, 7.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're
Any other
welcome, sir.
questions for Mr. Soto?
No other, uh, no other questions at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Any other questions for either party?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Aguilar, you heard Mr. Soto say that he would like to visit with Yadira Saturdays from 6 to 7. Is that okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As long as it's supervised by either yourself or your mom.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Any other evidence or testimony?
No, Your Honor.
All right. This is what I'm going to, this is a court's order. I'm going to go ahead and appoint Ms. Aguilar, sole managing conservator of the child. Mr. Soto will be appointed possessory conservator with the right of visitation. Visitation will be every Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m. at this McDonald's on Horizon, in Horizon. Visitation to be supervised by either Ms. Lar or any other person that she designates to supervise the visitation. So you can, if your mom is willing to do that, then that's fine, or any other person, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There'll be no geographical restriction, and I'll grant a non-disclosure. Okay. Let's see, what else? All right, child support obligations, what is the state's recommendation?
Your Honor, is the non-disclosure mutual, as in, does it apply to both parties?
Applies to Ms. Aguilar.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, based on Mr. Soto's testimony, uh, he earns $18 an hour and works full-time. So despite his earlier testimony that he earns $1,000 a month, $18 an hour at a 40-hour work week times 52 weeks a year divided by 12, the state has calculated a gross monthly income of $3,120 with credit for a $50 cash medical to reimburse for government insurance. The state has calculated guideline child support to be $519.47. Rounded to the nearest dollar, the state has calculated current child support to be $519. With regard to retroactive child support, the state calculated based on the minimum wage for one child, which is $202 a month, times 2.5 years or 30 months. The state arrives at $6,060 minus the $150 direct payment for a total of $5,910 to be repaid at $100 a month until paid. All obligations to commence October 1st of 2020, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Aguilar, the state is recommending child support based on his income. That child support would be $518 a month and $50 on the medical support for the health insurance. So recommending a back child support, what we call retroactive support, to be $5,910. We paid it $100 a month. Do you agree with that recommendation, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Soto, do you agree with that recommendation, sir?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. All right, that'll be the order of the court. All payments to commence as recommended. All payments to commence on October 1st. Mr. Soto, you have to make those payments through the court registry, right? You'll be provided an address of where to send that to. In other words, do not pay Ms. Aguilar directly because you will not receive credit for direct payments. Okay.
Okay.
So anything that you want considered to be child support, they have to go through the court. That way, there's a record of your payments. Okay, if you pay her directly in cash or whatever orders, you won't have any proof that you made your child support payments. Okay,
Okay.
that's why we do that. That's why we do payments through the court. Okay. Right. Is there anything else? Anybody have any questions or comments or anything?
I have a question, Judge.
Yes, sir.
So every month, so I need how much I need to pay? I'm sorry.
Child support is set at $518 a month.
Okay. Okay.
And then $50 for the medical support,
Okay.
for health insurance for the child through the state. And then an additional $100 on the back child support.
Okay.
Any
So
other
the
questions?
total
Yes,
is
sir.
$580.
518, is that right, Ms. Kaplan?
Yes, Your Honor.
518 child support, $50 on medical support, and $100 on the back child support, what we call the retroactive support.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Aguilar, any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right, I'm going to ask the Attorney General to prepare the order. They will send it to me so I can sign it, and the order will be filed with the clerk's office, and a copy will be sent to both of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Anything else, Ms. Kaplan?
Nothing further from the state at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, well, that concludes our hearing in this case. Thank you all for appearing today. And if there's nothing else, that concludes our hearing. Parties are Thank you very much. You can go ahead and log off now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Okay. All right, I see Mr. Knopf is back.
Yes, I don't suppose we had Mr. Jose Hernandez wander in while I was out.
He has not wandered in. I don't know. I'm sure he hasn't. I can have Mr. Ayala check to see if he's wandered at the courthouse. I don't think he has. Well, I just got somebody signed in. Let me see who that might be. JC, did we have Mr. Jose Hernandez show up at the courthouse?
No, sir, nobody in the lobbies here.
Okay, thank you.
Copy the dockets.
All right, so that probably should be a default unless that's him calling in on the phone. Looks like it's a phone. Yes, person calling in on the phone with the last three digits of 612. Can you tell me who you are, please? Hello? Oh, wait. Yes, the person calling in on phone, last three digits, 612. Can you tell me who you are, please? You will have to unmute yourself. Well, I have him unmuted. Person calling in on phone number 612 at last three digits. Can you tell me who you are, please? Hello? Yes, sir. Who?
Buenas tardes, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. ¿Qué es su nombre, por favor?
Oh, Raúl León Carrasco.
Raúl Terrasco.
Raúl León Carrasco.
Ok, Raúl. Yo lo tengo como Raúl León.
Sí, Raúl León, es mi apellido.
Okay. Ándale, pues. Okay. That's the NCP on that case with Ms. Galindo. Ms. Galindo is not signed in. This is set for a DWAP. Been pending since January. Señor León, ¿tiene usted razón de la señora Galindo?
Que si tengo razón de ella.
Sí.
No, es que estamos separados. Ella se fue. Yo estoy en el estado de Oklahoma.
Yo sé, sí, pero no.
Ella se fue para El Paso.
¿No tiene usted razón de ella?
No tengo comunicación.
¿Cuándo se separaron?
Mándeme.
¿Cuándo se separaron? ¿Cuándo regresó?
No, ella hace un año, ella se fue de aquí donde estoy ahorita trabajando. De aquí se fue ella.
All right.
Se llevó a todos los muchachos y aquí me quedé yo.
Okay, all right. Well, she's not here. He's been calling in from Oklahoma. It's been separated over a year. Has not heard anything at all from her.
Your Honor, the state requests dismissal.
Okay, I think that's probably the only thing we can do at this point. Bueno, señor León,
Sí, señor, lo escucho.
yo soy el juez Antonio Rodríguez, estoy hablando con usted.
Sí.
Por la razón
Sí,
que
aquí
la razón que la señora Galindo no se ha presentado, ya está este caso pendiente desde enero. No he de retirar o de cancelar la audiencia o retirar la petición.
O sea que ella no se ha comunicado con ustedes.
Hasta el presente no se ha comunicado con la corte, no sé si se ha comunicado con la oficina del Attorney General.
a mí no me han hablado.
Bueno,
Yo,
bueno, el
yo,
caso, bueno,
dígame,
señor,
orden. Lo escucho,
señor
lo escucho.
León, el caso se va a retirar
Ujú.
por lo pronto.
Ok, ok, está bien.
Eso no quiere decir,
Yo estoy dispuesto a todo. Yo estoy dispuesto a todo porque es mi hija. Es mi
Ok.
hija Dayana Saraí, es mi hija, ella.
sí,
Ujú.
pero como ella no está presente, no hay otro recurso, señor. Pero
Ok, no, está bien.
eso no
¿Y
quiere
qué pueden?
decir que, espéreme, señor, eso no quiere decir que en el futuro se va a hablar de nuevo esta petición. ¿sí?
No, no, estoy a sus órdenes. Estoy dispuesto.
All right.
Ujú.
I advise Mr. León that the case will be dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bueno, señor León, ya se puede retirar, entonces no vamos a tener audiencia en su caso.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Sí, señor.
Gracias por la atención.
Igualmente. Gracias, señor.
Buen día. Buen día.
Okay, so he went bye-bye. Don't have anybody else. I guess we're going to go ahead and do a default on Jose Hernandez and Melissa Molinar.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Let me go ahead and bring her in.
Yeah, bring her in, please, so we can get going on that. And nobody has shown up on the Mark Alvarez, Jennifer and Michelle. I believe this is a first setting, so we'll go ahead and reset that one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. I think reset that case 2020 CM 2552. It's going to be reset.
Understood.
She didn't go away, did she? Oh, there she is. Hernandez.
Okay.
All right, I see Ms. Molinar is back on the all right, Ms. Molinar, you're back with us today?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Well, as you predicted, Mr. Hernandez has not made it in. We'll go ahead and proceed with the hearing without him being here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let me go ahead and call this case, put it on the record so we can be done with this. All right, the court is calling cause number 2020 DCM 2548. This is a hearing on a petition in suit affecting parent-child relationship. The parties in this case are Jose Hernandez and Melissa Molinar. Only Ms. Molinar is present in the courtroom at this time. The record should reflect that Mr. Hernandez was served with citation. According to the return on file, he was served back on August the 3rd of this year in Hurst, Texas. Mr. Hernandez has not filed a response and is not present at this time. There appears to be 3 minor children in this case. And there appears to be no response filed by Mr. Hernandez. We are proceeding. My name is Antonio Rodriguez. I'm the associate judge for the Title 40 court here in El Paso, Texas. We are proceeding on this hearing based on a Zoom application since we cannot appear in court because of the pandemic crisis that's going on. The Supreme Court of the State of Texas has permitted the courts to conduct hearings remotely, in this case through the Zoom application. In compliance with the Texas rules, this matter is being live streamed through the YouTube channel. That's to allow public access to the court system. We cannot conduct hearings privately. However, as soon as we finish this hearing here today, that matter will be taken off the Zoom application, the YouTube application. I am recording the evidence on the mic, on the computer assisted recording system. Usually I ask parties not to talk over each other. However, there's no other person other than Molinat and the Attorney General. All right, so don't talk over each other, okay? All right, at this point, I'll ask the Attorney General, Mr. Knopf, to make an announcement on this case.
Douglas Knapp with the Office of the Attorney General, requesting a default hearing in this matter. Mr. Hernandez was properly served and notified of today's setting and is elected not to appear.
All right. Ms. Molinat, are you ready to proceed today, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, I'll ask you to please raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Right, you can put in your hand, please. Right, I will take notice of the service and the return on file. It's been more than 10 days since that return has been filed in the court registry, or court system. All right, Mr. Knopf, go ahead, sir.
At this time, I offer for in-camera inspection the 3 acknowledgements of paternity for the 3 children in this case and ask the court to take judicial notice. These acknowledgements were filed with the Bureau of Vital Statistics and have been on record for the statutorily required amount of time.
All right, the court will take judicial notice of the acknowledgements of paternity, one for each of the 3 children before the court. These acknowledgements do appear in proper form, so I will take judicial notice of the acknowledgements of paternity.
At this time, the state calls Ms. Melissa Molinar. Ma'am,
Right.
could you please state your name for the court?
Can I what?
Could you please state your name for the court?
Melissa Molinar,
What are the names of your children before the court today?
Jose Hernandez, Brianna Hernandez, and Lindsay Hernandez.
What are their ages?
Oh my goodness. I have a 16, 14, and she's about to be.
What was the age of the youngest one?
Their years of birth are 2004, 2005, and 2007.
And who is the father of these children?
Jose Hernandez.
Could there be anybody else?
No.
When did you and Mr. Hernandez cease living together as a couple?
When I moved to El Paso.
I'm sorry?
When I moved to El Paso. So that would be approximately June 2016.
Where did the children live right now?
With me.
Who makes the day-to-day decisions for these children?
I do.
Has Mr. Hernandez seen the children at all?
Maybe about 2 years ago.
Has he been involved in decision-making for the children?
No.
Would you have any safety concerns about leaving your children alone with Mr. Hernandez?
No, because they're old enough now. Like,
Oh, please continue.
no, I'm just saying, like, if they were babies, I would, but since they're older and like, no, because if they stay with him, they'll like stay at his mom's usually or something. But I don't know because I haven't seen them in years.
Ms. Molinat, I can barely hear you and understand.
I don't know why.
You
Let me see.
You have to speak up. You have
Can
to
you hear
speak
me
up a
now?
little bit louder, a little bit clearer, please.
Okay. Let me
If
speak
you
into
have-
the speaker.
If you have your phone on or are listening to other,
No,
you need to
I
take-
don't know what's wrong with the
okay. But
I was
since
trying.
Mr. Hernandez is not here, I need to make sure we have a
correct. I'm sorry.
record,
don't know.
okay?
Yes, sir.
You need to speak up a little bit louder. And a little-
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you very well. Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Pinal.
If you had your choice in the matter, what would be the visitation arrangement between you, the kids, and Mr. Hernandez?
One more time, because you were breaking up.
Oh, apologies. Um, if Mr. Hernandez were allowed to see the children, how would you want that to take place? How would you want visitation to occur?
During their school holidays, I guess, like Christmas time, summer break. Like with the corona, I'm not sure like what their vacation time is going to be. So once I know that, then I mean, regular holidays.
So
Just
changing
because I'm
gears,
so far from Dallas, like it's like 9-10 hours.
is that where he lives, Dallas?
Yeah, well, Dallas area.
Changing gears a little bit, how are the children covered for health insurance?
They have Medicaid.
Do you have access to any private health insurance?
No, sir.
Do you know if Mr. Hernandez has access to any private health insurance?
I don't know.
Do you know where Mr. Hernandez is working right now?
Mm-mm. No, sir.
Do you know if he has any other children living in his household right now?
I heard he has like a 1 or 2-year-old, but I can't confirm it. Like that's just through like he said, she said.
And do you know if he has any other children he's obligated to pay child support for right now?
The one that he aged out of, or the one that she's too old now.
And
The
since you
other ones he had, they didn't have child support on him.
understood, and since you two separated, has Mr. Hernandez sent you or the children any kind of support or money?
No.
To your knowledge, do you know what kind of work Mr. Hernandez does?
No. I don't know. I guess he does a little of everything. I couldn't even put a specific thing on it.
Do you know if he has any outside financial assets which could provide him income besides a normal job?
No.
And just to confirm, since y'all separated just over 4 years ago, he hasn't sent in anything to help maintain the household of the kids.
Nope.
Would the disclosure of your personal information in the final order of the court, would that cause you or the kids any increased risk of harm or harassment?
No.
Could you repeat that?
Did you said if he causes physical harm?
No. If your
Oh.
contact information, such as your home address or your phone, was included in the final order of the court,
Oh
would that
yeah.
cause,
Well, he knows where we live.
so would that cause you or the kids a risk of harm or harassment?
No.
Understood. At this time, the state will rest, subject to a brief closing argument and recommendations.
Okay. Paulina, has he visited with the children and since y'all separated?
Has he seen I think it was about 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay.
Mhm.
Now,
And that was
with
through his mom.
his mom lives here in El Paso?
No, but she came down here to pick him up for like Christmas break and take him for like a week and then come bring him back.
Okay. Has he ever come down to visit with the children himself?
No.
Okay. Now, if he wanted to visit with the children, would you have any problem with him being able to visit with the children?
No.
Would you want him to be able to take the children with him for visitation to where he lives, or would you
Yeah,
want
that's fine.
limited here?
As long as he brings them back.
Of course. But if he wanted to take him with him to, let's say, for visitation over there where he lives, is there a problem with that? Or you do not?
No, that's fine. Like they have other family over there that they like
Okay.
visit.
Okay, all right. Anything else? All right, anything else? Any other questions for Ms. Molinar?
No further questions for this witness.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and the parties signed the acknowledgement of paternity, which were on file and are in the court file. I'm going to go ahead and appoint both parties joint managing conservators of the children. Ms. Molinar will have the primary possession of the children. All children are over the age of 3, so the standard visitation schedule will apply. No restrictions. There'll be no geographical restriction at this time. No, I didn't see that there was a request for non-disclosure application, the petition that was filed, so that issue is addressed. Let me see. All right, the child support obligations, what is the state's recommendation on this matter?
State will recommend that the children continue to be covered under the appropriate government health care assistance program, since neither party has access to private health insurance. We'll recommend medical support in the amount of $84 a month beginning October 1st and continuing monthly thereafter. Child support in the amount of $289 per month. That's based off the minimum wage presumption, since we don't have solid wage information for us today. State is also going to recommend retroactive support for the past 4 years in which mom has been supporting the kids and dad hasn't been living there or sending anything in. The amount of retroactive support recommended is $13,872. And that's just the same child support, since all 3 kids were already born by that time, applied back over 48 months. And I'll recommend that that be paid back at a rate of $100 a month. Those payments to again begin October 1st and continue monthly thereafter.
All right, the court will follow the recommendation setting child support based on the minimum wage presumption, since there's no evidence as to whether and what income Mr. Hernandez has at this time. So it's based on minimum wage presumption for 3 children. And, medical support, as recommended, I got $84 on the medical support, Mr.
Yes, 84 for the medical, 289 for child support.
All right, that will be the order of the court. I'll grant a judgment for retroactive support for the previous 48 months. That comes out to a judgment of $13,872
Yes, sir.
to be paid at a rate of $100 a month in addition to the child support and medical support. These payments to commence on October 1st, and all payments must be made through the registry of the court through the state disbursement unit. Do we address all the issues, Mr. Cano?
I believe so, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions, Ms. Molinar, as to what the court just ordered?
No. I guess if we have another court date or something, or is that it?
No, that should do it, unless the only reason that we would see him is that either we find out how much he's actually earning, which we could modify the child support, or if Mr. Hernandez is not paying his child support, then we will
Yeah,
see him.
probably that one.
All right, well, we'll give him a chance, all right?
Okay.
All right, that will conclude our hearing. Mr. Can go ahead and prepare the order, send it to me through that DocuSign. I will sign it as soon as I receive it. The order will be filed with the clerk's office, and copies will be sent to Ms. Molinar and Mr. Hernandez.
Okay.
Okay, Ben, that concludes
Okay.
in this case. Thank you, Mr. Molinar, for your appearance today.
Thank
That concludes the hearing.
you.
Go ahead and sign out now, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.